For many of us, we know someone, a family member, a coworker, a friend, a parent who has an addiction. Addictions can cause many problems for the person's family. In this video, we're going to learn more about addiction and how to better manage it. Stay tuned. Dr. Ted here, and welcome back to the channel. Today's topic, addiction. So what is addiction? I have two examples. The American Society of Addiction Medicine states the following: a chronic disease of brain reward, motivation, memory, and brain circuitry, pursuing reward and or relief by substance use or other behaviors, inability to abstain, diminishing behavioral control, cravings, lower recognition of personal issues, problems, failure to see issues, problems in relationships, cycles of relapse and remission. The National Institute on Drug Abuse defines addiction as follows: a chronic, relapsing brain disease characterized by compulsive drug seeking and use, despite harmful consequences. What is the addictive mind? Let's start with dopamine. It is a brain chemical responsible for pleasure in the brain. More dopamine, the more pleasure you experience. Various substances can increase the production of dopamine. Regular, ongoing use of these substances can also create a pairing up, you could say, of the substance use and emotions that are felt when the substance is being used. So, for example, drinking and happiness. You could say that a recording is made. So, for example, when you're drinking with friends and you're feeling good and feeling happy, your brain says, wow, it's good for you to drink, because when you drink, you feel happy. So that in itself becomes a motivation, a cue, you could say, to seek out the substance because of that pairing up. In addition to craving the substance, your brain can start planning out on how to find it. The prefrontal cortex in our brains, responsible for carrying out tasks, planning things, can start to plan out the next party, because when the party happens, there's going to be substance involved. Again, so let's have a party because our friends will come over, we'll feel good, feel happy, and that substance will be there. So we can see how that happens, that planning. Also, you may find yourself in certain places, certain locations in your town, your city, that have alcohol, have substance. And you'll start to notice, wow, it's Friday night. It's Saturday, it's the weekend. It's time for me to have my substance. So it becomes kind of ritualized, normalized, you could say, because it's the weekend. It's time for having a substance. It's time. So you can kind of see how the brain has kind of been manipulated, tricked, maybe changed to allow you to create situations to get the substance. Find yourself in certain areas you may not even be conscious of. You're just there. You're just automatic. It's a ritual. So what can make a substance addictive? The quicker that substance can reach your brain. So, for example, something that can be inhaled, something that can be injected, something that can be snorted, reaches the brain, the bloodstream very quickly to give you that high. So all of a sudden you snort something in, you're feeling great. Wow. It changes kind of like the brain chemistry, the brain circuitry, you could say, these substances over time. So, after a while, you take something, but you're not getting that same dopamine hit, that same pleasure. So all of a sudden, you have a tolerance. So now you need not just one drink or two drinks, maybe you need 3 or 4 drinks to get that same high, that same pleasure. So things get changed, that tolerance builds up. And that's why you can probably see or know of people that can drink a lot of stuff, a lot of alcohol, and still be functional. Still be able to move through their everyday even. A functional alcoholic, they're sometimes known as. A few tips to help. Addictive behaviors can be learned behaviors. So can you unlearn the behavior? Can you learn new behaviors? Just think about all the conditioning that you have had in life. Social media, movies, seeing characters on the screen using substance, feeling good after they used a substance. Growing up maybe in a home where there was always alcohol on the table at dinner time, seeing your parents use alcohol. So as an adult now yourself, you think, well, what's the problem? It was always something I saw growing up. Now, you need to recognize these triggers. You need to write them out. So write out those situations, those places that can trigger the use of alcohol, of the substance. For example, family get-togethers, holidays, stress at work, need a drink to help you deal. Challenge yourself. Challenge these thinking processes. Do I really need a drink? Do I really need that? Can I do something else to help me deal with my stress? Can I drink water instead of alcohol at this family get-together? So just really think about it. Ask yourself, do I really need this? Question this learned behavior. Do you have another disorder or another maybe mental health problem that can be contributing to your substance use? For example, are you depressed? Do you have an anxiety disorder? These disorders, for example, are linked to substance use. So trying to deal with these disorders, finding out if you have one, can help you deal with your addiction. Becoming less depressed, maybe less likely to drink. How easy is it for you to get the substance? Is it in your house? Do you have a liquor cabinet? A substance that is close by can increase the motivation to use it. Just think about coffee. How many coffee places are around your house, your apartment? It may help to explain why we have a lot more increase in coffee usage, coffee drinking. Does your job create an opportunity to use substance? Heavy stress at work, making you want to drink? Does your job require you to have business lunches, business dinners? In doing so, you meet with clients that you need to have drinks to make the deal go through? Is there a way to maybe not drink so much or drink water instead? Substance in relationships. For example, are your times with your friends drinking times or non-drinking times? Does connection mean that you need to have a glass in your hand or a cigarette? Go through the pictures that you have with your friends. Look for various substances that are used. It can tell you a lot. Community treatment programs can help. For example, going to Alcoholics Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous, meeting with a drug and alcohol counselor, getting cognitive behavioral therapy can assist. That can allow you to look more closely at these triggers, develop strategies to prevent relapse or improve recovery. When going to recovery, you should expect at least 3 months with weekly meetings. And I say that because addiction is not something to be taken lightly. It can take months to understand it. Take responsibility for your actions. Better understand strategies that can help you. Better understand the impact of your substance abuse on your loved ones. Set goals to what you want to achieve. For many people, substance abuse isn't something that is new to them. It can start mainly in their teens. So when you have this long chunk of lifespan, when you start to really think, oh, I have a problem, you could already have 20 years of drinking in. So don't expect things to change overnight. It takes time. So that's why you really have to commit to an extended period of recovery to help you beat your addiction. In conclusion, in my own family, I've had 2 members pass away due to addiction. Addiction can tear families up in multiple areas. Even some families can hide the addiction. They don't want the outside world to say, wow, look at that. You have this person in your family that is drinking too much. You should deal with it. So families, people themselves can feel a lot of shame when they have an addiction. Addiction is not something that is easy to deal with. It takes time. It takes good recovery programs to do it. I've just discussed a few tips in this video. If you want more, if you feel some more topics could be covered, please let me know in the comment section. Now, as always, wishing you the best mental health, and take care. Want more content on mental health? Have a look at this video.